So you found yourself in a situation where you're not losing weight on intermittent fasting and you're not sure what to do next. And in this video, what I want to do is share with you the solution for exactly why you're not losing weight on IF, whether you're doing the 24 approach or whether you're doing the 16-hour fasting and then 8-hour eating window, whatever the approach that you're using for intermittent fasting. In this video, you'll find out exactly why you're not losing weight and how you can correct that. And this is some of the stuff that most people don't want to hear, because most people would rather hear some kind of magical solution or some kind of quick fix. And I don't have that. I'm going to tell you the truth for what actually is going on so you can fix it and you can move on and keep getting results. And by the way, if you're new around here, my name is Mario Tomic. If you'd like to learn more about fitness, nutrition, how to apply intermittent fasting, how all this stuff works, how to make this a lifestyle, consider subscribing below and make sure to hit that bell icon to enable notifications for future videos. And now let's dive into it. Now, the main thing we have to talk about, and the real reason why most people are not losing weight on intermittent fasting, the fact that they're still seeing intermittent fasting as some form of diet or some kind of protocol where they don't have to pay close attention to their total food intake. So most people think if they're doing their fast that they can pretty much get away with eating in that eating window without paying much attention to that. Now, the problem here is that you can still eat enough in an 8-hour eating window, even in a 4-hour eating window, even in a 1 meal a day window to not be in a calorie deficit, especially if you've been losing weight. So when you start your fitness journey, you might have 50 pounds to lose, and then you've lost the first 10, 15, 20 pounds just by implementing some intermittent fasting. But after a while, it doesn't work anymore. Even though you've technically ate similar, but the problem is your metabolism does slow down as you're a smaller human being now as you've lost that weight. So you no longer are in a calorie deficit. Metabolism is not just this static thing, it actually is changing as you're changing. So that could be the reason. The other reason is that over time, as most people, we're all human, because people are very, very strict in that eating window, they start having a little bit of cheating from time to time. Maybe on the weekends, you eat a little bit outside of the eating window, you eat a little bit more calories, or you just generally start eating more calories, and because you're not paying close attention to your food intake, you're probably not measuring it accurately or not measuring it at all, you're not aware that you're not in a deficit anymore. And this is such a huge problem, and not just for casual intermittent fasting user, but not even registered dietitians, when they've done studies on that, can accurately estimate how many calories they've ate. Most people underreport their calorie intake somewhere between 25 and 50%. 50% is enough not just to not be in a calorie deficit to stop fat loss, but it's enough to even start gaining weight thinking you're in a calorie deficit to lose weight. So you really have to pay attention to the numbers. The numbers don't lie. The numbers are there and you have to measure them. You have to pay attention to them. You have to put an effort into this. And if you don't, whether you're doing intermittent fasting, whether you're not doing intermittent fasting, it doesn't necessarily matter. If your calories are too high, you're not going to lose weight and you're not going to get the physique that you want. And this is just the truth. And we have to face the truth sometimes, no matter how hard it is to hear, in order for us to make progress. So quantify things, get in there, start measuring things, start paying close attention to what you're really doing in that eating window. Whatever your protocol is, you will definitely start seeing much, much better results, because when you increase your precision, you will actually start becoming aware of little licks and things like that that are slipping into your diet, little snacks, grab a little bit of here, grab a little bit of there. All of that does add up. And one weekend that you've been a little bit off is enough to wipe out a whole week of progress. This is the truth. This is how things work. So you have to pay attention and you have to master consistency. At the end of the day, consistency is really the king and is the main thing you have to work on. Whether you're doing, again, fasting or not, this is going to be the key and is the main thing that most people do wrong when it comes to their intermittent fasting. Now, another thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to leave a video at the end that's going to help you with more tips on how to implement intermittent fasting for fat loss. So check out that video. Other than that, if you want to work with me as your coach, as your mentor, I'm going to leave a link in the description below. You can find more details about that, and I will see you in that next video.